The member from Halton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Premier McGuinness said that crime is not a priority with Ontario families. Then you said Liz Hogue doesn't deserve support because she didn't witness the tragic murder of her child. And then again on Friday, we saw just how out of touch you have become when the Ontario PC caucus revealed that the McGuinness Liberals are sitting on a $31 million surplus in the Victims' Justice Fund. Our leader, Tim Hudak, said the Ontario PC government will release the Victims' Fund surplus, change the definition of victim, and add victim representation to the CICB. Premier, will you take a page from the Ontario PCs and make those three changes yourself?
Right on. Premier.
Speaker, I'm pleased to take the question. In fact, there is an important issue here. I don't agree with my colleague's representation of our position on this, but notwithstanding that, there is an important issue here, Speaker. And the fact of the matter is that Jonathan, who was 15 years of age, and Joey, who was 16 years of age, Speaker, lost their lives, and their parents were rejected by the board when it comes to providing some kind of compensation, Speaker. We think that there's something fundamentally wrong with that. We think that we need to work together to resolve that, Speaker. We have made some changes to the system in the past. We have, I think, doubled the amount of adjudicators who are working there, Speaker. We have more staff to support the hearings and families. It's up from 50 to 66 today, Speaker. But we think that we can and ought to bring about changes to ensure that this kind of thing does not happen again.
Supplementary.
Ontario families aren't looking for crocodile tears from that side of the House. Ontario families are looking for a government that puts the same priority on crime and victims of crime that Ontario families do. Both the Ombudsman and the former Chief Justice McMurtry say you didn't do enough for victims. You promised you would take McMurtry's report seriously, but you haven't. If you can't get your priorities straight, then Ontario families can rest assured that Tim Hudak and the Ontario PC government will.
Just remind the honourable member about the use of names. I let it go once. I should have jumped on it. Thank you.
When will you admit crime is a priority for Ontario families, follow the lead of our leader, and get victims of crime the support they need?
Right on. Here.
Speaker, again, we're speaking here about a decision made by the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board. Just for the record, Speaker, we have doubled the amount spent on vital services for victims of crime since 2003. We have streamlined the process so that victims can get the assistance they need more quickly. As I said a moment ago, we've invested in more adjudicators and staff to clear the backlog that we inherited, Speaker. We've also created a new victim quick response program to cover emergency expenses. As the Attorney General has said, Speaker, we have asked the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board and officials to come up with options on how to address the very issues raised by the Leader of the Official Opposition, Speaker. I think that there is a real case to be made here for these families who lost their children, Speaker. We think that we can do something, and we look forward to any cooperation that my friends opposite might want to offer us.